Master Flow is on the airwaves. Don't touch that dial.
This is the 360 show. Of course, my guest right here is the baddest manager, Djobz. Yes, we have picked it up from the early days of UNST, from there to, of course, Jollof Arts, from there to, of course, of recent Nyancho. Before the commercials cut us, I think this is the last 30 minutes. We're going to make sure we exhaust some of the things that that needs to be clear to the public.
You brought in the contract issue. I think we are clear about that.
Yes, the contract issue.
That's right.
Now I want to get to what do you think led to your fallout with? Okay, first of all, before that, okay, now that Nyancho fired you, do you think legally still now you are his manager?
Well, the legal dimension would have qualified me to be his manager because of the 2 years notification, whatever, prior notification.
Through the contract, still now you are the manager?
Yeah. But then I did not have flyer for whatever legal regard, for the contract, because already I have also made my decision to definitely go in a very peaceful manner, having realized that everything started when they called me.
Without a legal battle?
Yeah, I would have, you'll be very surprised that I would have tendered my resignation this August coming to say, bro, I definitely, want to, give you space. There are so many things fortified in this. And, like I said, there are principles of effective communication, and because of management also has, like I said, the routine, the ritual, some of these things you cannot disclose it, you cannot say it, on air. My problem with Nyancho and his team, I will be very clear here, just like I have been very clear at state level, at the interview that I had with Omar Wali, Sultan, is not a monetary problem, it's not a financial problem. It is a domestic problem. Domestic there we would mean personal. I think I broke it down, not one, not two. It is a personal problem. And if I would advise sector players in this industry, I would advise them to disassociate with family friendship issues with business. That's why I brought the issue of entity concept, wherein you bring in the professional reality in the business, without whatever friendship and family vibe, because they always bring in, interferences, problems, like this. Stunt aspects, like the one that happened. But then one thing that I want to make very clear here, Masterful, you see, when we were signing this contract, it was in the middle of COVID. And I also made little sacrifices regarding the way forward. Because the first thing that I did was to buy my own vehicle, Nissan X-Trail, $200,000. In fact, I would tell my wife, this was an emergency procurement. Simply because I know we would need a vehicle when we are going to the hinterland or going to, perform within the combos. And I don't want a situation where these people will board a GTSC vehicle, bus just to get to Basse or to join a Peace and Love van to go to Bansang.
Yes.
I want that standard to be seen. I took my own money, bought Nissan X-Trail, 4-wheel, and label it Djobz 2. Of course, you've seen my Djobz 1.
Of course,
so now, if people are cooking up, they are coming with whatever story. They have invited people to come to their platforms on social media just for them to bully. Just listen. They are not talking about the first point sacrifice level that Djobz also did to establish the team by making sure that they go to the hinterland with the most proper 4-wheel vehicle that he bought. I mean, when you people were seeing me before this contract, of course, you've seen me with Djobz 1. I came to Jollof Arts with my vehicle. I had vehicles before knowing Nyancho or any other artist in this industry. My brother. I mean, so many of these things happen. So, no, the thing is, you see, Masterful, the external factor of the problem is my concern. It's not the internal where the Nyancho, the friendship ideology and where the domestic issue is. I don't even want to go there. I am talking about the made-up stories, because it's from the made-up stories that you are posting questions. Because the thing is, I just want to help you, for the discussion to be so much very audible, because you are also trying to make up what people had made up from the story. That is, okay, the fallout.
No.
You understand? Over time.
I'll ask you the fallout so
Yeah.
that we can get into series
Fine.
of sections within the fallout.
Exactly.
What actually triggered the fallout?
Yeah.
That's why I want to ask
Yeah,
you
and
some of these certain questions.
Yeah, that's why I said, because I don't want us to give so much relevance to all this.
Yes.
That's why I said.
We don't have.
Yeah.
We have only 30 minutes to. Almost
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That is why
I want us
I
to
am.
talk
I am
about your new appointment as well in this 30 minutes as well.
Happy.
Yes,
I mean, in fact, that should have come earlier. You know, than the
yes, definitely. But I want us to make sure
the Abidjan theater aspect.
Yes, I want us to make sure we will not exhaust it, but at least to make sure we clear some of the things. You know. Okay. You said it's so personal.
Yeah.
The problem between you and Nyancho, the whole Nyancho Kunda.
It was a domestic problem.
Domestic
so
problem.
let's move on.
Problem.
Domestic.
Yes, I want to get to that.
Yeah.
Yes, we will pass on. I want to get to that. It was personal. To the extent, what do you think triggered the personal? Because somebody cannot just build a personal hate or a personal bring grudges between you and somebody.
You see the trigger notion. I understand very well.
While it didn't start somewhere.
Now you are.
If we understand why the personal problem started, we can understand, okay, why Djobz is raising all these things.
Yeah, that is why, Mustafa, I swear to God, I will not disclose the root cause of the problem. That's why I said it's domestic. Because organizations have their routines, they have their cultures, they have their rituals.
Okay.
Therefore, they have their top secrets. There are things that I would go to the
Okay.
grave with.
Okay.
I will never mention.
Okay.
Even though they had mentioned certain things that I felt would not have been mentioned, but then of course, what would you expect from a professional artist manager like me, who has wealth of experience in artist management, who is a seasoned manager, to come here to disclose some of these things? I will not.
Certain provisions,
So let's move on.
Dealings with your artist, it's confidential. They cannot be revealed
Very well.
in any
Very
such
well.
conditions.
So just put it there.
Yes.
If you can preempt whatever that I want to say regarding the root cause, you can preempt. But what I want you to know is the problem is domestic. So let's move on.
Okay, we won't get to that because you said it's confidential.
Yes.
I will respect that. For the fact that it's
It's domestic.
It's domestic.
Yes.
I will respect that. But what would you say to somebody which says, okay, Djobz was embezzling money as well as what they said to ST. That's the reason why these personal grudges and all these things started cooking up within the group. And that's the reason why, okay, they also started, bringing some faces and some things that you don't understand.
Let me tell
and
you.
what would you say to somebody that say, okay, Djobz also felt Nyancho was using an ATM, withdrawing money everywhere. That's the reason why Djobz also started embezzlement.
Well, I did not embezzle. I want to be very clear. And I want you to, give me a proper breathing space. Let me just calm down. I am not holding brief of you.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Djobz embezzled.
Exactly.
I'm saying
what people.
Exactly.
I'm coming because
Exactly.
you are also bring in whatever
Yes.
grapevine, what you had from the grapevine, what somebody cooked up there on Facebook.
Yes.
I mean, the story of the Faraba Kuntuketas, we've seen. I'm telling you, we've seen whatever situation that they have created just for people to come up, to worsen situations. We've seen all that. But it doesn't shake anybody. It doesn't even change anything regarding my philosophy on this job. The thing is, you will always have a problem with people in the business if they don't understand what is called entity concepts. And some of these things, I will not have the energy to break it down. Maybe probably if you want to be that CEO that would want to last with a particular manager, you would also try to be so much seasoned or grounded in management or in business administration so that you can know the realities that are involved. We have seen here how family and friendship issues have broke up relationships in this country. How family problems and friendship issues have wrecked businesses in this country.
Okay.
So we need to differentiate this. We need to know what entity concept means. That is why I said domestic problems will always trigger issues like this.
So what all Nyancho was saying, Djobz collected this, Djobz did this, Djobz did this.
Well, like I said, you've watched
personal influence of.
There are 1,010 times some of these problems in fact did not happen today and they did not happen now. They happened years ago.
It did happen.
A year ago.
It did happen.
The happenings, how do they happen? Regarding bookings, the 2 bookings that I took, you cannot take any booking from anybody without the owner of the business knowing. I am not, that is why I told Omar Wali, and that is why I said, Billahi, I would have engaged you to go and watch that interview. Because I put it very clear, very good, I put it very clear that even the person, because now I am not going to mention anybody's name. After, I had the 2 interviews that I want to, have regarding this issue, I had them, and I am not giving any iota of relevance to anybody around this problem. Even the one that they said was the tentative manager. He has nothing but a caretaker capacity in that business. You know why I said that? Because he has never signed any contract with us. So he cannot hold me to account, even if I had taken those monies. Now I am bringing the legal dimension. Talk less of, I have not embezzled any money because there was no iota of penny.
But I think the contract
when we were starting it. Mustafa, please let me
Djobz and Nyancho.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is why I said let me deliberate around it. A contract that was between me and Nyancho. Yes. I had to capture all these portfolios because I want to know who is who. I had to bring in all these portfolios because I want there to be a proactive management. I want my effort to pay off. I want people to see how I rejuvenated Nyancho. The Dominion approach, the Gorilla, the Octopus, and the Condo. Do you think those approaches are just mere approaches? Of course, to a layman, they are mere approaches. Of course, to a layman who has not been schooled about management, they are mere approaches. To a layman who did not know music business, they are mere approaches. Because would they even know what is Octopus, what is Condo, the Gorilla?
Okay,
these were approaches that I used. Let me come. These were approaches that I used to resurrect the boy. I resurrected him. I rejuvenated him. The rejuvenation tour, the Condo approach has worked very well for his visibility aspects. Now, the Faraba Kuntu caterers, they did not talk about that. No.
Djobz did a very great job.
They denied that. Master 4.
They denied
it.
They denied it, but people are not denying it.
Yeah, no, I am coming. Yes. I am coming. The sector players that have created their Facebook pages just to create a venom inserted nemesis for greater mayhems. Look at what they did. Look at the theater aspect that they created in downtown. You are not. Do you think that is the environment of melancholy that they have created? You think that is minor? It's not.
It's not minor, definitely.
It's not. That problem can cause somebody to suffer from alopecia. In fact, the reason why everybody is saying we would in fact make sure that there is an encyclopedia, aside. No wonder I am using all these jargons.
I'm just looking at Djobz like that. I need to get to my dictionary now.
What I'm saying? Ever since all these things started.
Yes. Yes.
So, a lot of people are dumbfounded. And these are things that we should talk around. Master 4.
Okay.
You came when people don't even know what is a business account. Let me just come.
That's true.
People that you, in fact, made them understand they needed a business account.
That's true.
When they have never gotten a business account, you created all that.
You have structured Nyancho and Nyancho
the external forces. I am not talking about the internal forces here. Okay. The external forces, those people that took up this story, cook up around it, disinform people. And we said a man who is misinformed is deformed. Look at how the number of deformations they have created within this period of time. Some people took up, the level of perceptual bias because they don't want the truth to be told. Anyway,
that's very true.
No relevance to the matter, anyway.
No relevance to the matter. Definitely, nobody is going to take this from you. You structured.
And I like it when you said, no matter what, I like it. I am going to compliment you.
Yes.
I am going to compliment. No, listen to me. Yes. You see, your post was the first post that I saw on social media. Master 4.
When this thing happened.
Yeah, they said, to be honest, let's give credit where it is due.
Exactly.
When this thing happened, you could have been a wheelchair strategist, just like how that nonchalant had sat down there and developed stories.
Yes,
he was giving the Gambians a gross domestic lies around the issue.
That's true.
That nonchalant comedian. I'm not going to give any relevance to anybody by mentioning names.
Who is that nonchalant
anyway,
comedian?
It's up to him.
We only know one comedian here.
Well, no.
Who is nonchalant?
No.
Okay, yeah, I'm not saying nonchalant.
Yeah, there are two senior older comedians here. In fact, it could be the both of them. But how I strike them and how I put them through, they know very well. Because I put them through. Yeah, because,
Is this Mohammed?
When this happened, like I said, I am not giving relevance to anything.
Okay.
But I want to be
You
very
will
clear
respect
here. You see, Mustapha, if you talk garbage about people, they will talk garbage about you. This is a tiny Gambia. You know, whatever that you say in the absence of Djobz, he would hear and know that he has also had something that is said in your absence.
That's very true. Lastly.
So we have to be very meaningful.
Lastly, about this Nyancho stuff,
Yeah.
I will ask you a last question on this. Before the problem.
In fact, the RP
Before
couldn't
the problem,
come.
what was
Yeah.
your relationship with DJ Apache? Because you keep on mentioning he didn't sign
Well,
any contract.
I did not mention names here, Mustapha. Now we are mentioning names, and
said
you are creating
DJ.
relevances.
No, you said DJ. You said
No,
DJ, and recently who is managing
here? No, I said.
I actually know.
No, I said.
yes.
I said. You know, Mustapha, I said, even though the tentative manager, the tentative is what I said. Like
Okay.
I definitely want to go by, you know, my own rules around this
These are
conversation.
people that you normally work with. It's normal for me to ask you.
Well,
Okay, DJ, what is
this
your
RP
relationship with
position,
DJ Apache?
this
Because you
RP,
once
this
were
RP,
in the same umbrella, working together, achieving one goal.
Well, when I was working with these kids, I mean, the Chidi Chekere cast, we had a very good relationship. And that's the reality. That will continue. This RP position that I have is an intercontinental and international portfolio. Obviously, who is me to say I am going to rule out a particular artist just because we just fell apart. Basically, every artist is involved. I told you here that when GPPA championed that 2015 course to help people affected by disasters, we brought in ST. He championed the course.
That's true.
So obviously, why wouldn't I involve them?
Yes, that's true.
But you see, that is why when problem happen, Mustapha, we should be very careful how we create a lot of attentions around the problem. What happened should not have happened. I would not have taken these people to state, even if they had went away with my million. Because you know why? They said,
I brought Gundu here. We talk about some of these things.
Exactly, I'm
and
coming.
He mentioned how these things could be avoided.
Exactly.
I agree with him.
Fine. You see, they said somebody who has given you $1 trillion what? If the person has gone with your $1 billion back, do not make $1 billion noise. Because he has given you $1 trillion what?
Very true.
Money
Very
is something,
true.
but not everything.
We didn't even exhaust. I was thinking
Very
we're going
good.
to exhaust
So-
all these
so
things.
if-
But we have 10 minutes. Let's talk about
the RP.
yes,
African artists. African
some
artists.
people might say, okay, Mustapha is not fair. He allowed Djobz to, explain things until we exhaust the time. But I think
No, you did great, Mustapha.
yes.
You did great, and you spoke on their behalf.
Exactly.
You know, you spoke on the behalf of people that are on the spotlight.
Exactly.
The music enthusiasts, our fans. Exactly. You've been very fair.
Definitely.
Now, African
And I want to
Artist
be fair
Peace.
to you as well.
Yes.
Yes.
African Artist Peace Initiative is a nice one. I like your honesty, Mustapha. This guy, Omar Wali, I definitely want to convey my sincerest gratitude to him as well, because they are journalists that know what they are doing.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't just click into one cohort, take whatever story from them, try to damage the order.
Yeah.
I have respect for Omar Wali. What's on Gambia? I like their honesty regarding.
I heard that they said, what's on Gambia?
Yeah. No,
They like Djobz.
what's on? No, obviously they will like me. You know why?
They like Djobz,
I cannot deny the fact that you did great
Yes.
in mitigating the problem. You serve as a great arbitrator in your presenter format.
Yes.
Likewise, Omar Wali, in an orderly fashion, he handled it with maturity.
Yes.
But it's different from those people that invited people on Facebook just for them to spew tantrums on me.
That is wrong.
You understand? Just for them to create the great divisions in the industry. What you did is great. API, African Artists Peace Initiative, is definitely a regional position, and I want to thank Ibrahim Sise, our executive director, and all the other subordinates that are serving as my bosses. You know, the country coordinator, House, myself, co-country coordinator, and of course our other country coordinators. API is the biggest organization that I've ever worked for, and I want to thank God. This is an embodiment of over 33 African countries, 15,000 members in Africa and diaspora, over 100 bold faces artists that are serving as their peace ambassador, because this is a Pan-African organization that want to use creative minds and arts to maintain peace, sustainable peace in Africa. For far too long, we've been talking about silencing the guns. African Union have definitely talked about it, and it is a major deal. It tops their agenda to see that in 2063 we'll be talking about greater development, but not guns, in Africa. So in silencing the guns, API have a great role to play.
So African Union triggered this API.
Yeah, exactly.
Their agenda triggered this API.
The existence of the API, which is great, But then we have a greater role to play here as co-country coordinator. How is the Gambia? How is the interaction of artists? How are they coexisting one another? Because we understand that they are, that the artists are not mutually coexisting one another in this country. So we want to maintain that peace within Gambian artists so that we can amplify our voices together to inform the rest of the world, particularly Africa, about the importance of peace.
As a country coordinator
Exactly.
in Gambia, I think you are the first.
Yeah.
You are the first.
Yeah.
What will be some of your jobs regarding to this position?
Well, I am a man from the music industry. My responsibility would be to see reflection of the Gambia at global platform. It would also be to bring in so many projects for this country and to establish a home office in the Gambia where we would see.
We didn't have a home office
yet. So we would establish that, and we would also mobilize Gambian artists to be members of the API, just like how we have.
Okay, Gambian artists can be members of
API, yeah, just like other countries. Like I said, we have more than 100 artists that are serving as peace ambassadors for API. So we would have membership in the Gambia. We would also have selected peace ambassadors within the Gambian artist fraternity to also serve, as great ambassadors at regional level. We will also be having so many conferences, in Africa and diaspora regarding sustainable peace for Africans. Because obviously you should know that the sustainable peace issues, Master 4,
yes, I think
maintenance of peace.
Recent musicians have started using their voice to make sure
indeed.
They preach word of peace.
Indeed, African liberation for far too long.
Using music.
Exactly.
Peace is everywhere.
Exactly.
I think among them here is Barhama is a perfect example.
Indeed. And then he is going to be one of those artists that we would definitely love to partner with in making sure we have some of the artists as greater ambassadors for API. Because we also understand Barhama, with his ideas, his concepts, and where he usually bases, his craft. Barhama is that libertarian, one we call it, that peacemaker, that artist that would always get along with everybody. He's a very peaceful artist.
He's very peaceful.
Yeah, we also have our father here, Jaliba Kuyate, who has been here for so long, talking about the same peace. We've seen here the likes of Esti, Oboe and Gambian Child. At some point, they've also come in to preach peace. Even Nyancho on the Fantanka project, because API also looks into women empowerment. Yeah, we don't want to see agendas where women will be abused. The Fantanka project, Nyancho.
For now, Djobz's job is to enlighten the artists about AP. Everybody about AP.
And that will be my next move to mobilize the artists in this country to talk to them about peace, the importance of API, of course, the motto of API, its objectives, its visions, so that they can understand better, so that they can join, this bigger package.
Have you get in touch with the Gambian Music Union to make sure?
Very well. I officially wrote to them because I know that is the first thing that I should do as a co-country coordinator. I wrote to the Gambian Music Union. In fact, the letter is yet to be delivered to their PRO. I already called him. I called him yesterday to say I have your letter with me. I also wrote officially to National Center for Arts and Culture to inform them officially about my new position, at international level. And I feel National Arts Center for Arts and Culture have a greater role. They are going to be my number one partners, because if you look at my job description, in fact, it says one of my responsibilities is to partner with the NCAC in making sure that we establish the Gambia chapter of API, and I know they would definitely help me a lot in terms of database, because they have all the data of the artists that are registered with them, and we definitely need that database to be able to smoothly work with artists. For our subsequent forums that will be coming, the Addis Ababa forum, which is just at the corner, I definitely anticipate it from the 19th to 23rd of September. We call it the Africa Peace Week, and we are going to discuss about sustainable peace in Africa. How do we use creative arts and minds to establish peace in Africa? And we can do it because as artists, we can always bring in get the attention of the public when we put in our thoughts and opinion into rhymes and rhythms. Music is a universal language, and I believe through music we can be able to consolidate efforts with the rest of the world to talk to them about peace and sustainability. Of course, UN and AU have their development goals. I mean, they cannot talk about peace. They cannot talk about developments without
peace
mentioning
is very
Africa.
Important.
Yeah,
it's very
because Africa is important in
Gambia is at the point where we need all these things because of how our situation is right now.
Very well.
Definitely, we need more artists to preach about peace.
Yeah.
To chant the word of peace.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes to go. Now that you buy yourself a new job,
that's right.
It's very important at the point where I think we crucial in
expectations are high.
Exactly.
To be honest.
Are you planning on in the future working with musicians as well?
Well, high profile music is existed, and I want everybody to be informed about this. HPM, high profile music. This is my own record label, and also my music business consultancy. Works will fall in there. I look forward to working with those young artists that are doing cultural and traditional music. I want to make sure that we have more artists that can perform, more artists that are, into live percussions. I mean, we want to see more percussionists. We don't just want to see only artists, but then great percussionists.
Working with musicians in the area.
Indeed, especially the younger ones. Master 4, I have gotten 23 artist requests in the Gambia and outside. 6.
The baddest manager.
I'm telling you, I can show you all messages. Do you know that even at that very day when we were in dispute, I mean, people were texting me when we were in the hand of the state talking about this issue. People were sending me message on the board and telling me, look, Djobz,
this is all we
forget
have
about
for
the
you.
brouhahas. Come, let's walk.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Definitely. I wish we could have more time, but we will repeat this again. But thank you so much for sparing your time and talking to us, clearing this. If we say something that have angered somebody, we are sorry.
Exactly.
We don't mean to,
And then let them know that's the show business for all of us. I want to thank all the beautiful listeners. We could have opened up lines though, but then I want to thank all those that have been following. But